Hey world, it's Ben. Want to come back to another video. In fact, I want to come back to this video because, like I said, I'm sitting here looking out the window right now, here in Vegas, and there were just a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Um, First of all, I just want to thank you guys for even just being in the garden and giving me an opportunity to share some things with you because your time is your most valuable asset. And anybody in the garden right now, just know right now off the cuff that I really appreciate it and I'm very grateful because you could be doing anything else right now. But if you listen to what I'm saying right now, I really appreciate it. And that's 100 grand on that. Today, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Like I said, I'm just out here relaxing, um, sitting up and thinking about the things I talked about the other day with the banking system situation. Family, make sure you check on your money. Um, if you guys have 401ks, different pension plans, check on your money. Remember all that money that you contribute to your 401k or your 403b if you're in education or if you're a state employee or any other retirement pension plan that the company you work for or the organization you work for is providing for you. Make sure you find out what it is that they're investing your money in. Okay, because you don't just give them your money. I think education or financial education is so important because if you're not aware of what your money is supposed to be doing for you, then those that do know what money does would take your profits from you. And what I mean by that, with 401ks and 403bs and a lot of these pensions that are managed by these hedge fund companies, you got to realize, family, we talking firefighters, police officers, teachers, nurses, uh, you know, workers that have skills like the plumbers and agricultural workers. You know what I'm saying? In the oil industry, these individuals have their monies that they set aside, hoping that one day is going to benefit them and their families in the long run. Okay. Remember, I don't know if you heard, but right now they really want to expand Social Security. And I've always wondered, and I just can't really grasp it. Maybe it's because the programming and the brainwashing is real. How is it that a nation of over 300 million people, and I'm talking like over 300 million that speaks English, that can read in English, that can understand English, that can understand the vernacular, the sentence structure, all of that over here in America, right? How is it that we can allow the government to tell us that Social Security and Medicare won't be available in the next 12 years? And no one and everybody let that ride? And you know what, family? I realize how they let it ride. Because as long as you have the bread and circus, have the diversions. I mean, I'm here in Vegas, family, and I don't gamble, right? This is a little vacation. And I'm seeing so many of these people gambling, right? So that tells me that, you know what? The focus ain't as a dire straight situation that I see. Because, see, I'm looking at it from a financial standpoint, looking at inflation is up 6%, right? Year to date. And what that means is go and ask yourself the question, did you get a 6% raise this quarter or last year? Because if you didn't, then your check isn't worth what it was last year. And the monies that you're paying for gas and eggs and bread is not worth it was last year. And see, that's what inflation does. I don't know if you didn't get a chance to check my video I did uh, about inflation, how it's a propped up tax, then you need to check that out. Because how can the government, if they know that Okay, inflation is going to be every 2 years, 2% every year. That's kind of average. You're gonna have inflation around 2%, an increase in inflation around 2% every year, right? But then we have times like this when it's up 6, 7, 8, 9%, and you didn't get that 6, 8, 7, 9% raise. Then basically your money is not worth what it was the year before, and no one has a problem with that. See, if we can give Ukraine $140 billion of taxpayers' money, and I'm talking like the same day, right? How is it that these laws that need to be changed or need to be created to make life better for us takes forever? They have to have congressional meetings. They have to be bipartisan. See, those words like that, bipartisans, come on, man. If all of you guys that are in Congress are Americans, if all of you guys that are on the Supreme Court are Americans, if everyone associated with the executive branch, which is the presidential league, are Americans, that's 3 branches of government. All are Americans, right? This bipartisan crap, the fact that so-called people that vote, that call themselves Republicans and Democrats, the fact that you call yourselves that, they got you, family. Because see, every year or every election cycle, what can they say? This is what we have to do for the American people. They become French. It's always we. We need to do this. We need to do that. But it never get done, family. I mean, it's the perfect Ponzi scheme. And why you think that they don't have young politicians in office? Okay? I think if you have inclination to be a leader and you are empathic and you know what your ideas will make America or make the people in America live better lives in reference to economically, socially, okay, politically. And what I mean by that, economically, if you're a politician, right, and you have a vision of making America and making the people in your constituency live better lives, then the laws that you create or make are going to, reflect that. Remember, family, the legislative branch they make the laws, right? They teach you this in middle school. I'm a middle school teacher. I've taught Texas history. I taught history. And so I understand this is what they teach, right? But there isn't a secondary lesson to it where, okay, you need to understand this when you start voting. But that's not the agenda. The agenda is, okay, we're going to teach you about it so you'll know about it, but that's it. Because how is it that grown-ass people can vote for politicians, congressmen, senators, and it's the same cast every year and nothing gets done? Riddle me that. You did? How is it that 300 million people can allow this to happen and not do anything about it? See, we protesting for George Floyd, we protesting for abortion rights, we protesting for, things that don't benefit the entire nation. And that's by choice. And that's actually by design, because remember, it's, divide and conquer, organized chaos. And those that are doing it are always benefit from it. Look at these banks. You dig? I mean, we are so thrilled it don't make sense because we don't look inside ourselves. And there's only 2 ways to live, family: godly or ungodly. See, this religion and all that kind of crap ain't got nothing to do with how you treat those around you or how you feel, mistreated and don't do anything about it. We got 300 million people in this country right here that's allowing a small group of people to tell us how much we have to pay for necessities. Now, I can dig it if it's, things you don't need. But the fact that they can tell us, you guys gonna go up on necessities and we don't have anything to say about it. And these people that so-called congressmen, they don't do anything about it. Because remember, they can write a law today and reduce prices by 20, 30% like that, bam. And what happens is this. All these corporations, y'all got to take a little haircut. So now instead of being billionaires, you got to be multimillionaires. But when those same multimillionaires and billionaires are giving money to these politicians, then you know ain't nothing going to happen. You did? So let me flip the script real quick, family. Let's talk about sports and the fact that it's funny that we still support this crap. It's crazy. NFL, NBA, are you serious? And I'm saying that in reference to being an Afro-melanated brother, that, anytime you have over 70% of any industry that's one particular demographic, and this particular organization or company makes billions, and that demographic isn't the leaders, something wrong with that picture. Those that are conscious, you'll figure out what I just said. But Lamar Jackson, come on, man. Can y'all believe what they're doing to Lamar Jackson? This is a former MVP of the NFL. Gonna win a playoff game and can't get a contract. So what I'm saying, it just baffles me that, and no one else is saying anything about it. In reference to, like, say, I know a lot of my family members, hey, sports is part of the culture of America. NFL, NBA, you dig? I got a lot of Willie boys that listen to the channel, and I'm pretty sure they curious on how I feel about this particular topic. And just on GP, I can say that it just tells you, if you don't have one Afro-melanated, quote unquote, owner NFL or the NBA outright, what the hell are y'all playing football and basketball for? Are y'all serious? You trying to tell me not 5 or 10 of y'all NBA players with these major contracts can get together and buy an NBA team? And that's what I'm saying, family. It's unbelievable. The cognitive dissonance, the brainwashing. From the lowest level to the highest level. And no one says nothing. All right, family. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High Inside bring you joy. Being Willie, like I say, I'm just in the winter. And I'm out at 5,000.